Chapter 3. I won't because I choose not to. Over the last few months, I've met so many people, intellectuals, CEOs, and leading authorities in their respective fields. I thought that, considering who and what they were, they must already have answers. They must know where the world is headed. But the more I talked with them, the more it became clear to me that there are very few people who have answers. I've met all kinds of experts, but it was rare to find somebody who could, based on reliable information and logic, give me a convincing analysis and explanation of what the post-coronavirus world would be like. It was the same with their jobs and businesses. I thought that they must be connecting at least a few dots in order to manage their businesses and make predictions about their future. But I was wrong. What is going on with these people who are so smart and so full of passion? With all their accomplishments, why can't they answer the questions that we've all been asking ourselves for months now? Then it dawned on me. The reason that the brightest minds still can't find the answers is that formulas are constantly changing, and the new formulas are extremely complicated. In the past, it was clear what people liked, what attracted people, generated profits, and would grow businesses. You could absolutely make a living by using the same formula that's been around for decades, touching it up with just a little innovation. But the coronavirus killed the old formula and replaced it with a new one. New rules, such as non-contact and digital-first structures, turned everyone's perspective upside down. The bigger the industry, the more likely people are to expect formulas to stay the same. But that is just a complacent delusion. It might work out that way if just one out of numerous industries were affected, but the coronavirus is affecting countless industries, including travel, restaurants, entertainment, and retail, not to mention big shopping malls and small businesses. It is pushing all those industries to the crossroads of life and death. We are in a situation where everybody is on their own to find a way to survive. Those with more vested interests find it harder to squarely confront the situation. They cringe and step back because they are afraid to part with the sure thing, the proven money-making foundation, formula, and habit. The fear prevents them from exploring new formulas or even accepting that new formulas are necessary. Perhaps it is human instinct to freeze in the face of the unexpected, but there is one thing we must remember every time that happens. While you are hesitating, the second storm is approaching. Many of the changes that we believed to be temporary are going to be permanent. Children may not be able to return to school. Unpaid leave could end with massive layoffs. Companies might hang on for 6 months, but not 2 years. The same goes for individuals. Soon there will come a moment when companies and individuals will either go bankrupt or change their industries in order to survive. So now you have a serious question to ask yourself. Did I really accept the post-coronavirus world into my life? Am I seriously determined to overcome this crisis by myself? The Gangnam-Never-Fails legend no more. Choi Jae-bung, professor from the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Sungkyunkwan University and the author of Phono Sapiens, once told me about the kind of future-oriented talents that companies would be looking for. A while ago, a 4th-grade elementary student participated in a drone competition and defeated grown-up competitors to win the grand prize. It turned out that he was from a small rural elementary school that had only 14 students in total, and he taught himself drone operation by watching YouTube videos. Do you know what he's learning right now from watching YouTube videos? It's coding and artificial intelligence. He is building a self-operating drone on his own. Don't you think I'd love to hire students like him if I were a CEO? In fact, the most successful IT companies these days don't care much about the educational background of job candidates. What they care about most is skills that can be put to use in the field right away, because that's what they need urgently. Experts knew that this formula would become universal in time, but the coronavirus accelerated its progress. That means that the prominent status that the 8th school district in Gangnam and the college prep private academies in Daechidong have always held will tumble before long. Besides, if online classes become the new normal, what's the point of going to all those prestigious high schools in Gangnam? You don't really need to spend a lot of money to send your children to expensive private academies and live in expensive apartments in Gangnam. Naturally, this trend will depress the real estate market in Gangnam as well. It won't take long before the end of the Gangnam-Never-Fails legend.